come in with a bang.
Starting off on a home map for NAVI. And so they want to start this one off strong.
T-sides especially, those have been the problem for Team Spirit when we swapped to the second half. So NAVI needs to come out swinging in this first, take a decisive lead. The pistol helps out, and that's a good way to start.
Not a bad way to open. Chopper tapped out, and NAVI eyes set on this A play. It's an awkward fight for bit at range. There's Zontix with a little bit more, but it's all about wonderful. From nowhere, that P250 has cracked open this pistol round. Donk starts to charge at him. Donk starts to run him down. Wonderful's heroics might not be enough here. Is Donk still in the picture? Plays further forward. It's a bit more from Donk. 2v2. Wonderful thought he'd done enough, that this pistol round was in the bag, but Donk is still a killer of dreams. NAVI thought they had that pistol round. They thought they had it right where they wanted it. That could have been a great start to this series, and Donk has snatched it away.
The kit is on Donk, but he goes for every single kill. Cold-blooded, unwavered by the pressure of the stage. What a way to set your mark in this series. Stealing a pistol round like that.
And just so we're clear, that is what NAVI are up against. That is insane.
That's the defending champion. That's the record breaker. That's a kid who just won't quit. And he is back at home here in the Spodek. Sending it, top of middle. Break on the smoke, Donk gets out. No punish for NAVI.
Well, might have done it in the groups, but this is the big test to see if NAVI can beat their demons.
Another back up top one more time. Relentless here. Spirit refused to let go of middle. NAVI are going to have to come and take it from them. They've only got 2 players to do so, but Wonderful, after that big pistol with the AK, could be the guy here for NAVI. He'll need to be. Leaving Bit on the lurk. NAVI go back out at 45.
Fight over here in mid. I mean, Wonderful. More impact from him, but it's going to struggle to keep coming through. All these crossfires teed up in the connector. Backstab from Bit. 1v3 turns 1v2, and Bit with a little bit of room to work with here. Long fights onto the Cat player. Magic's only armored than SMG.
He's at AK.
Looking for a way back in, but they're just not giving it. Oh, wow. All right, Bit ball rolling. Just Zontix left to beat. Rifle retrieved. Donk clutches up in the pistol, but now it's Bit's turn. Is he ready for Zontix up close? He's going hunting. Zontix holds the line.
That hurts. No, it was within reach as well. He could have got it before the time expired, but Zontix holds on. Already seeing some very sharp shots to start this series. No one coming in cold here on either side. But NAVI, they can't just hit hard. They've got to win as a unit. They've got to trust in the system. Team Spirit looking to sweep the opening 3 rounds of the map that NAVI made home for so long. A double-digit win streak ended in a Cologne Grand Final against Vitality. For a moment, it got a bit weak for NAVI. They had a bit of a shaky end to last year. But coming back into Kato, they've re-established it on another win streak. First picking it when available. NAVI back at home.
I mean, we've heard from Spirit some of the frustrations that this team have felt. They weren't content with their quarterfinal win yesterday. Shiro in his interview said, "We're saving the emotions for the NAVI semi-final."
Well, there's plenty in this room right now.
building into a B hit here. Zontics side by side with Magix to defend this side of the map. The rotates are a long way away. So as Alexi tees up the flashes, it's going to come down to IEM leading the charge. The Eagle out. If they get that first kill, they can look to spill on over, but Zontics doesn't leave anything open and chewed up by the util. It's a decisive victory over here at B. Spirit do not break a sweat. The pistols don't find a lick of damage, so it's a good start for Team Spirit.
Spirit are great at those kind of rounds, right? They're not the team that are going to overplay their hand. Sure, Don likes to get aggressive, but it's often supplemented by Chopper. He's often set up by his team, and when it comes down to those late 30, 40-second hits for NAVI, you're never going to find Spirit overextending, making a mistake. Surprisingly, not a super heavy gamble team either on the CT side. They trust in their riflers. Donk is the roamer, running his route to Con. First gun round here.
This is where, if you're NAVI, I think just to deal with some of these early punches you've been dealt, you want to try and get on the board, right? They had a great chance in the pistol, that big 3K from Wonderful that Donk clutched up, denied a 1v1 in their force buy round, so you're hoping that you can break through early if you're NAVI. First kill is certainly a good way to start. Alexi holds down middle while IEM plays out through the lower tons, but it looks like Chopper plans on taking this fight. IEM knocked out of the round, and Alexi nowhere to lend a helping hand.
Setting up smokes to keep mid-control here for NAVI, and I guess they sort of have it, but Spirit are fine with a 4v4 and go back to play the bomb sites. They may even re-aggress. Multiple players pushing in at the same time. Alexi's caught going up catwalk. That will signal where NAVI want to end.
Still, it was those B-side players that committed to that push. So for now, B-side is open. NAVI have this control they were looking for. That's a big kill from JL on Chopper as he rotates over. Chance for the plant now. Time to get set up in this 3-on-3. They lose Wonderful trying to cross out truck side. Zontics doesn't quite get that spot. He seemed really aware. Did he see something? JL. It feels like they know about him. He's getting a little bit nervous here. 30 points of health pushed up over on short. Two players coming out market side. Bit wins the first. But there's another nade. Raining in. JL's knocked out. It's got to be Bit. The vintage member in this NAVI jersey. The one still holding on. Win the first clutch, but when the rifles are out, Bit will prevail.
Anchor of the year, shows it in a post plant, sat back on Van and holding his own. NAVI don't wait long to come in with a round, but it costs them everything. Down to the clutch, down to the wire. Expect a lot of those this evening. Halley getting on the back of that. Two very strong coaches behind both teams this evening. Both teams extremely tentative on that mid-control last round, taking it really late. Spirit switch it up this time, trying to move away from what is typical boost up and padding the sights. It's a very slow default for NAVI. You're not going to see him quick taking mid against this team. In fact, this round may just be an execute. You would expect IEM under a late lurk, perhaps. And NAVI trying to play it away from the grain.
Nice set on this A play. Spirit only have one man here, but there's more players moving around now to try and link up with Chopper. Here's that first volley of util. No immediate play through yet from NAVI, but they start to leak out now ramp side. Spirit is slowly but surely bringing bodies over. For the time being, this one, no damage done either which way. Spirit have willfully given this site over to NAVI. They plan on pouncing when this bomb looks to get planted. Grouped up spawn side. Alexi gets caught on an island. There's Donk lending a helping hand. NAVI get boxed in. They're trapped. Can IEM bail them out? 2 quick kills. Gives them something to hold on to here, but the nade will find Wonderful. It's got to be IEM, or this round is Spirit's, and he's triple swung. They don't make life easy. Or NAVI on that site hit. Team Spirit very patient, willfully giving that site over with the belief they can retake, they can play around the tap of that bomb. And the moment Alexi falls, the captain on his push out towards the spawn, Spirit hit the go button.
Yeah, super decisive setup there to just rotate all CT. They had Zontix and Shiro covering from an underlurk, and the other players were just grouping up to play the bomb. Doesn't even come down to it. Hoping for a hero deagle shot.
And you talked about Mirage as the map coming into this, and you said how for NAVI they did encounter some problems. I think the biggest issue for them was when they really needed Mirage. It felt like they could no longer lean on it, and it wouldn't be a nice, attempt to rebuild this map for them. They end up facing an informed Spirit to open up. I mean, thus far, they've had plenty of chances to get on the board, but Spirit have won the vast majority. It's now money issues for NAVI as they're getting painted into a bit of a corner in the early stages of this semi-final. Nades onto ramp. Chopper, that's good timing, going to do a lot of damage, makes life real easy for his A-side players as Donk farms.
Yeah, and going back to talking about the maps, right, you mentioned they've had troubles when they need this map. I think this is one of those times they need it really badly right now, because while I can see a world where this NAVI Spirit could 2-0 this series, it's a very hard sell with Dust2 up next. The only time NAVI have won that in the head-to-head is back at Pro League when they ran over them. But generally, you don't want to play Spirit on Dust2. They picked into it every single series they could, with the exception of that VP game. And so this is already off to a fantastic start for the defending champions. Bit pacier this time for IEM out under. He's got support as well. Gonna beat the molly even and look for a pick. But Spirit are nowhere to be seen. It's just Donk cycling nades down under, knowing IEM's pathing. Looking to get a man up inside. Wonderful's first AWP of the game covers, but very site-centric for Spirit, 3 on A.
Look at Spirit trying to anticipate this move. I mean, you can tell this is a long-standing rivalry. The familiarity is evident in how the CT side has been moving around every ebb and flow that NAVI try to pull.
Yeah, Spirit aren't going to move from this position much, right? Unless they rotate a player B safely. Like Zontix is checking timings. Him and Donk have a crossfire. This is going to be a really hard round for NAVI to break through if they come up con. Pressure is on JL. Needs to find the timing on this lurk. He's making a move.
JL, they just turn to hold him, and Zontix, perfect timing on that check. Donk with a smoke spam. IEM never even gets a chance, my word! I mean, every bone in your body tells you at this level, it can't be a one-man army. It can't all be about one player, but Donk breaks that rule. 13-3. Just 7 rounds deep into this semi-final. Bit of a chance to play out through ramp, and now he's been spotted half health. He's wounded, he's trying to get out of there, and they won't let him escape. Donk runs him down. And a flawless round bestowed upon Spirit only strengthens the resolve at 6-1.
Yeah, like they needed any more help. 3 AKs behind this AWP as well, and yeah, Donk breaks all the rules, right? We saw that last Katowice when he broke out. Just running to the action, running to the gunfight. Never afraid to re-peek. Pixel perfect crosshair placement. And that's before you even begin to talk about his movement. But right here, this is super clean for Spirit. We're back to another contact play for NAVI. A set call. Their best bet, Shiro, the third piece of this B site, has just come here in time.
Every time they've tried to hit B, it feels like they're running into a stack, and this round is no exception. Still, it's no kills for Magix. Donk's been found in the meantime. Hold on a second, Shiro's gonna start hitting shots, or else this could get out of hand. Shiro up close, can't find a thing.
Got it all.
Zontix, long sight lines, Chopper getting involved now as well as Spirit throw themselves into this sight hole, but it's awkward. Nothing is clean. Zontix finally the man to make a move, and it all comes down to JL with this Deagle. Oh, the first swing is a success. Does JL have anything else left in the tank? He's low on health. One kill coming into this round, and now they're expecting him to 1v2. Can JL be the man to bring NAVI back into this? He's been given room, 50 seconds. Time is the only thing on his side. Eyes set on that A play. He runs off with this bomb. Zontix is giving chase. That gap's starting to close, but JL just beats him on the timing.
Get the stick. Could get spammed. Zontix waits for the confirmation of plant. He doesn't know where he is. JL crossing, caught in the open, and Team Spirit keep them coming. 4 kills from Zontix. They are not letting up. They are not letting NAVI into this game. Even with some chance kills on that B hit, the AWP caught close, Donk killed on the mid lurk. None of it enough to win the clutch. There's no way this rivalry turns into a stomp, surely.
I mean, that was the reality for NAVI for the longest time, right? This rivalry was very one-sided.
But they always got a map, Harry. They always got a map in a BO3 and a BO5. A close game here and there.
I think the thing that hurts right now is you've had, what, 3 clutch chances already for NAVI, 3 clutches that have all come fairly close as well. Often lost out in 1v1s. And so you feel like this could be a really competitive map, but in all those make or break moments, they've come up in favor of Team Spirit. And that was always the big worry, right? We say coming into this, NAVI have to be the better team. The individuals are getting Spirit through the closes of these rounds.
Feels like that relies on so much more, right? So much harder to remain consistent when you don't have that one star that can save your game. Donk is doing that right now. Ema tries to push himself to the forefront. Decked by Zontix. Shiro again in the right place at the right time, hits the shot.
Okay, this is good timing from Alexi. Bit's opened up as well. Late trade on a Shiro. Bit comes into this semi-finals. Highest rated player in Katowice, and now he's playing like it. Head taken off of Donk in the rotate. And so Spirit pull up a man down. A lost B bomb site awaits them. Chopper and Magix, 3 kills each. And worlds apart on this retake.
To count them out would be a mistake in this round, but it does look good for NAVI. It's going to come down to the final few seconds of the clock and the timing of Wonderful. If he goes down with nothing to say, his ball could roll the other way. Connects this shot, and that should call it off. Chopper tries, throws himself into the action, but this is a bridge too far.
Does have smoke, but yeah, there's the swing from Captain Alexi. Great impact from Alexi B and Bit to make that happen.
And from a 3v5, no less. Double kill on the B hold. Alexi and Bit break in. JL likes what he sees, but we need a little bit more here for NAVI.
I mean, look, Bit keeping up his form is at least a promising sign. NAVI might have ran through the groups, but it was often the guy leading the charge. Oh, this is going to be a clash. Chopper and Donk side by side. JL and Wonderful await them. Chopper opens Donk. Knowing about, they heard both guns fire off, but this is a tricky trade for Wonderful to attempt. Smoke dropped in, and this one ends with Spirit getting out 5v4. Chance to fall back now.
Very safe for Spirit, not overdoing their hand. They just take the 5v4, and they know that they've run down the clock so many times on these default rounds for NAVI. That was a round NAVI were just trying to do a little contact play into A. Now they've had to go back to plan B. Alexi's full of ideas. But this is a hard map to break into without mid control. They have none of it. Is it going to be yet again the late mid take here for NAVI? With an AWP still roaming around. And Donk in a round-winning position. If the bomb comes his way, that's an awful miss. Zontix is lethal right now. He's going for every single kill. Ice cold in middle, another triple. Matching Donk, if not exceeding him right now.
I mean, that's what's been insane about these playoff games for Team Spirit, right? You're seeing the depth of the rest of this roster. In the games yesterday, it was Magic Shiro showing up. Now it's Zontix, 16-3. Bits left to save, and so the kind of last minute or so of this round is NAVI coming to terms with just how one-sided this game is. They need that second win.
Just feels like everything's on rails for Spirit. The timing that they're retaking middle, sure, there's a missed shot for Wonderful. That's the first domino. If he connects it, they probably come out under and kill the second cat player. But the timing that Spirit reaggress is just perfect as NAVI are creeping out with no util. Stress for Alexi B. He's been on this stage. He's been in 2 grand finals in the Spodek, neither of them picking up the trophy. He was worried about maybe the curse of getting there a 3rd time. Well, right now, it's not looking good to lock in a grand finalist appearance. 8-2 for Spirit on their opponent's map pick. And NAVI hemorrhaging timeouts. How do you solve this problem? B has been the best for them, right? These pops, short splits.
But it's felt like a bit of a double-edged sword, hasn't it, right? Like if they don't find these openings, if they have to go to explore somewhere else and they don't have this mid control, the round just peters out, it goes nowhere. It's hinging so heavily on someone opening up, and sure, they've been able to get past Magic's here a few times. Shiro, when he's tried peaks with the orb. Oh, look at the B anchor at 16-3 for Team Spirit.
Yikes.
And you understand that NAVI just haven't been having a good time in this game. Donk, aggressive. Still trying to maintain this dominion over middle, plays through the connector. While NAVI, this time, they want that mid control.
Oh, it's all on Shiro right now. He's just backing up back and forth between mid and B. It's the timing. It's going to make all the difference. The short player gets a kill, but they don't even know about the boost.
It's opened up the B site. That bomb is moving back around. NAVI, they've gotten the control they were looking for. Zontix is still up here on this boost. They haven't cleared him. That molly isn't going to stop him either. They think short's clear. That was the best chance for Zontix with Chopper dead on the rotate over. NAVI finally stay the course. They break through this B site and they do it cleanly. 4 players left standing at the end of that round, and now Zontix getting boxed in. Team Spirit Sadist, the body shot champ, death by 1,000 cuts for anyone that comes around this corner as Zontix
no one in the
back
site.
in.
There's no one in the site.
No one's near the bomb. Zontix has an open runway. Molly in from the market, and that will seal the fate of the round. Zontix was interested there for a moment, but NAVI wisen up to it.
Lucky he didn't know. That could have gone very, very wrong for NAVI. You can't afford to throw those rounds away at this point in the game. It has felt like Bit, right? He has been the hero for NAVI. He's been the guy dragging them into all of these rounds on the T side. These B entries, just clinical headshots like we know him. He's the franchise NAVI player. He's the new face of this team.
In spite of that, though, in spite of being their legacy player, he's the OG NAVI member who didn't find success here in the Spodek.
Sure. Joined right after 4 years in NAVI, only org he's ever been represented by. There from day one.
Flash red chopper.
Oh.
Alexi gonna sniff him out. Top mid push shut down.
He'll take that. It was very quiet in middle. It was maybe too quiet in middle for NAVI's liking. Now we get to see what Spirit do at man down. We haven't seen these rounds untraded, no control, 4v5, no AWP. Spirit have to make moves. This should be, on paper, a NAVI round.
Spirit know they need info, so they get active on that other side of the map, but right now it leaves Zontix alone as this B-side defender, and he's about to get split on. Mid's been taken. You tell out, Zontix knows they're coming. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. He hears these footsteps in the site. He knows they're close by. The round was resting on the shoulders of Zontix, and he can't find that first incision. NAVI shooting for 4 on the half. 4v2 in this post plant as Wonderful struck from the tally. They just have to hold on. NAVI, the only man they have to beat is Shiro. And they'll at least have salvaged a 4-round T-side. This was looking like it could have been a very one-sided opener. NAVI had to dig deep to build back in, but with Pit backing them up, NAVI will find some solid ground to stand on their home map of Mirage.
Guys, don't be late for Prague.
Late?
Oh, don't get me started.
He told me 10:30 theory the other day.
Without me?
Secondary IG Athens. Anyway, he joined us at 11:15.
No way.
I literally went over to him, took his headset off, and I just said, "Little bro, remember, you are just the coach."
To Blade?
Boys!
Anyway, he takes a timeout, gets on comms, turns to me and says, "Any suggestions?" And I'm like, "Little bro, you're the coach."
Blade? Fair enough.
And I'm like, "Go B? No. Go B but then go A? No." Brother, I name 7 other variations. Finally I say, Fnatic into game relation fake, ending with Astralis.
Typical.
Which I know he wanted to do in the first place.
And what does he say?
If that's what you want to do. Bro, I literally stood up, took his little strat book, and boom!
Boys, what are you doing?
Discussing strats.
Brainstorming.
What have I told you? You don't need to do that.
You're the boss. My little brother. If you're gonna make a call, make a call. Say it with your chest.
Only us two taking responsibility. Leading.
Secondary leading.
Boys!
He's a coach. A manager, man.
So he's like, why you order Mackies? That's not in line with our nutritional guidelines.
He's obsessed with greens.
But his TV page is full red. Anyway, I just told him, little boy, take the fries out of the bag.
Boys!
Bro, I've literally got him like that.
Wait, like that?
Like that, like my newborn sibling.
Fucking crazy.
All little bitches.
Of this rivalry in the group stage. Spirit remind them who's boss on the biggest stage. 8-4 half on Navi's map pick of Mirage. Spirit have come through swinging. It's not just the donk show. And Navi need a hero now or never. A grand final awaits. and the second half of Mirage first.
Yeah, look, NAVI found something down the stretch. Spirit looked better throughout the entirety of the start of this semi-final, but those final few rounds, a little bit of breathing room for NAVI. That's got to keep them in this. Team Spirit, they were relentless over this mid-control in the first half. It felt like Chopper had the right reads, and he's got some fantastic pieces shooting hard alongside of Donk. Zontix both lights out. For NAVI, it's been Bit trying to be the hero. Ima taking contact first. If NAVI can win this pistol, they know this game is back on. Ima and Bit seem to think it is. Bit still let loose up in the palace. Bomb will get planted. NAVI don't contest that. They want to play this 4v2. Chopper and Magix take a bit of control. But NAVI now spring the trap. Moving in. They've cleared all these sight lines. There's very few options left for where Spirit can be. Smoke on that bomb, but Magix connects the first. There's the important trades. This time, Wonderful's action in the pistol is not in vain. 3 kills to open up in the first pistol round of this semi-final. And it fell on deaf ears, but in that second pistol round, right when NAVI needed it, Wonderful steps up.
A sigh of relief, I think. You're not celebrating yet if you're NAVI. It's the start of a long road back into this game, and you know that Spirit could even upset you in the second after a bomb plant. There is never a moment for pause in a matchup like this. And one thing Spirit have been doing even more so this event is always funding Donk's AKs, right? Like if someone saves a rifle in a lost gun round, they'll give it to Donk, he'll buy armor, they'll play Glock armor. They don't care. They want to set up their star. They've done it again. Gifting over an AK to the young prodigy. Knowing how much output he can give us. Let's look at last Katowice, right? We know Donk's rating, we know what he did. He had more multi-kill rounds than rounds he had a single frag in. By a margin of 7. 79 multi-kill rounds in a tournament is insane.
Terrifying in a round like this to think about that statistic. He more often gets 2 than 1, and that's not what you want if you're NAVI when he's got the hero AK. You stop Donk, you stop Spirit in this round. He's going to start searching over towards B. Alexi, jump check, can put him in the prying eyes of Donk, and he's already up past this Molotov. Donk's got the ball rolling! That bomb's still over towards A, but Donk, he's drawn all the attention, he's drawn all the eyeballs. NAVI were about to leave. Oh my god, this could still get weird. Shiro out on the island, that's the bomb spotted! Oh dear!
What?
Spirit have just handed NAVI away right back into this. Donk double kill might not be enough. As Shiro gives that bomb away. These kills might just be in vain. Bit posted. Bites down on mid. Goodbye, Team Spirit. As Zontix moves in, the sight is lost. The bomb away from him. And only armed with this MP9, now low on health. Creeping forward, Ima on the angle, Bit ready to trade. There should be no way. There should be no way.
That is just an unforgivable mistake. No justification allows it. Walking through the smoke alone with the bomb, his entire team out inside of the B site. NAVI were looking like they were going to save.
They were. They denied rotating. They peeled back. They were falling back into the A site when Shiro fights them.
That's just a disaster. Even if he waits a bit more time, they can get through CT. They can come join him, make it look like a hunt. Wonderful seizes the opportunity and wins the round off a single kill despite Donk's best effort. That's the round that would have just plunged NAVI into darkness.
This is an insane fight to try and open with on the Deagle. Long range, Wonderful waiting back in jungle. They smoke him off.
For the best, I think. Jump spots for the ramp. Bit not giving away a thing. NAVI earning a lot of util here. in tandem. Spirit have baited out everything off this A site. Smoke, molly, flash, nade, it's all gone. Bit's left with nothing but his aim. Still shouldn't hold him back, but it won't be on this A site where Spirit lay their hat. Zero util contact play.
JL currently having a really, really rough game.
It's not going to get better.
13, and he's now out of position as this B hit is loading up.
Yeah.
He will make it around in time. Molly primed for JL. Elects not to throw it yet, smoke in the way, but that's going to waste even more time from the clock for Spirit.
Might have saw the bomb on the map there. Definitely did the second time.
That's a big jump check from Alexi. Info is keying around like this, and he's collected all of it. JL bombs. Can that multi-kill right there be the 3K that brings him back into this semi-final?
Well, I said it wouldn't get better. It definitely did. Spirit gets slowed down by that Molotov. They can't pop like they want to on the timing they have. And so JL, 4K round, better than nothing right now. Trying to get his head back in this matchup, a round down.
This was 8-2 to Team Spirit. They held all the cards, all the advantages, and NAVI have started grinding their way back in. This next round, we get to see just how much more mileage this has as Spirit bring the guns back out on this T side. It's more of these slow rounds over towards this mid control to open up. Chopper looking for that first fight. There are bodies out in middle willing to go blow for blow with Chopper.
Donk v Bit on A. Now that's an exciting clash with how these players have been performing. Can he find that crucial entry? All this in mid is a fake, drawing attention from the real move of Team Spirit.
Two top performers, side by side. JL catches Chopper, bit bested by Donk in that head-to-head, and he continues. Storms out through the apartments, wonderful, and Alexi just left too far away as Spirit split this A site. A man down on the retake. Wonderful, looks like he wants to go for this, but Alexi's peeling away. Wonderful, up close, gonna deal with Magics. All right, maybe the retake's back on. Spawn is taken. There's just so many angles open in NAVI as they move in here. How will they know where to look? Shiro facing first, Donk left to clutch up. This is NAVI's chance to tie up the game. They risk it all in this 2v2. And Shiro shuts them down. Spirit hold on to that lead.
Big impact round for Shiro, but again, it's Donk on the double entry, man. Swings out Palace on that smoke fade, timing in con. Well coordinated by Team Spirit, called by Chopper, who gets all the room to set Donk up. No one's looking his way, bit scared of the connector. Donk gets a double entry and puts that bomb down. This time in the right place. And the right time to win a rifle round. Like you said, that had been 5 straight for NAVI. Spirit are now back in.
NAVI burned their final timeout.
We're not that deep in the game. There's still a lot more rounds to be played, so it's a big risk. But Blade knows they don't fix this right now. Spirit can run away on the T side.
I think Blade knows that this round decides so much. Guys stood behind NAVI rosters as they've won in Katowice. And so he knows if there was going to be a turning point in this game, if NAVI want to stay in Mirage for that much longer, they need to find success right here, right now. This buy is full of limitations. You've got to seize every opportunity you're given. Wonderful, trying to force fights early on that AWP. As is often the case, Spirit, they go slowly. And it's the right way to play this round. There wasn't a lot of util for NAVI coming into it.
I like the stack here. You know, you don't have a kit, so you've got to kind of gamble on a bomb site and hope you make the right read. 3 players in A, they're all on the right line.
One thing was clear from how this started, it's that Wonderful is feeling pressure to get involved on that AWP. He wants to be the first guy firing off in this round, but he's been smoked off, he's been avoided, and instead Spirit set their sights over towards B. It's only JL here.
Probably
he had 3 kills coming into this second half, but right here, right now, JL holds the line with a double kill. Chopper, a potent backstab, that's going to waste a lot of time from NAVI.
I don't know if he's clear. It's going to waste time for Spirit as well as NAVI gets set up. I said no kid, it will be a problem, but Spirit are burning their own clock to clear this position. Bomb goes down, and NAVI have to make a very difficult call. Do we stay or do we go?
The entire comeback comes down to whether or not you go for this 3-on-3.
Your heart says no. Your brain says no. And NAVI back out.
They're playing for the future. They're playing to try and turn this one around late in the day. But that means Spirit reached double digits. And that silent streak from the 8-2 lead that Spirit once held, they start to regain some of the momentum here.
And again, it's a really solid call for Chopper because he knows that this is a weak buy. They're not going to have the util. They can't play this mid-control fight against us. They can't spam flashes, come out the con smoke like they often do. So Spirit just contact all the way into that B site from short. JL's double is not enough. Somehow. And Team Spirit enter double digits. NAVI sinking into their seats, have to rely on just 3.
Well, look, even going into that last round, Wonderful was putting himself in a lot of high-octane positions. He wanted to be that first man fighting on the AWP. This round, that becomes even more important, so they're going to tee him up with a boost in the apartments. JL's called for a bit of help. The AWP on this line, this is a powerful tool for NAVI. Wonderful has to hit this shot, but if he does...
It's very hard.
Oh, a quick flick for Wonderful, and he gets out of there. No trade back the other way. It's Alexi. These hero guns doing the damage. Spirit, they have time to reconsider. They don't have to commit to this. They know 2 of these guns are in the B site, but they plan on following through. They stick to their guns. Will they come to regret it as now they enter Wonderful in Alexi's domain? It's only Shiro left. The last man standing from the Spirit ranks, and he's boxed in. 3 guns was all NAVI had, and they do all the heavy lifting.
That seems so stubborn for Spirit. I can't believe they commit with that as well. You lose Donk on that first shot, double scoped, still gets the kill. And Spirit, they had so much time on the clock, they still commit. These are the sloppy rounds we saw against VP yesterday, where Spirit cost them economy, it cost them a stomp on map 2.
And these were the rounds that were frustrating Spirit, right? When we heard in the interview after that game.
Magic said, bad ideas, bad communication, bad everything.
NAVI able to chip away at these little issues cropping up for Spirit.
Wow, how's he done that?
No idea. Back of the pack as well. Had to bend the bullet around Chopper.
Ooh,
Tag. In the meantime, Alexi now softened up as well.
He wants to go. But that smoke tells you there's 2 in the site. They're not fighting for middle, so call it off. You know you're in a great position given the little you've brought into this round. A hero AWP, 4 pistols, a tag, and a kill. Spirit make anything out of this. Shiro, the difference maker, scoped on Con, but the timing comes wrong as he gets caught.
Oh no. Hold on a second though. Couple of kills back and forth, and now Wonderful needed that. He had to get a handle back on Donk. Down in the bottom of mid, Shiro with the AWP. Got his 1 in the round. He knows where these players are. He's going to try and use this to his advantage. Right now, they're bogged down on clearing middle. Shiro has an open runway into this B play. Alexi and Wonderful have no idea. They're holding their ground.
He knows one's low. Will he believe the site is free?
I mean, if he
diligently clearing.
If he gets this bomb planted, Shiro in a post plant with the AWP, you feel like this suits him. And he's going to take an aggressive line. Move towards the apartment, market rather, but decides against it. Steals himself away.
It's a good spot. You wouldn't expect it. Pretty crazy for an AWP.
He's got to nail both of these shots. NAVI are going to be keen to trade it, but he plucks Wonderful out the back. Shiro's gambit is just teed up Spirit for that win. That is a wild 1v2 from And a crushing blow to NAVI as they try and build back into this game.
It does just feel like yesterday. They lose the silliest round, and then they come through with an eco and an AWP, and they run over NAVI with a clutch. They may not be the fan favorite. Spirit don't give a damn. They're here for the back-to-back. They're here for NAVI's map. They are here for revenge for the group stage. Having to fight through a stressful quarterfinal. Time to relieve the tension here. Again, the contact a split.
Tip of the spear is Donk. You know you're lucky to still be alive, but not for long. Donk opens. Wonderful feeling the pressure. Backs up into the spawn. JL tries to make a move in the meantime, but spotted on his push out of the catwalk. Donk turns and deals with him. 23 kills deep for Donk. He makes a play to try and steal this one away. Clean tap. NAVI picked apart. And only Bit remains in with the backstab. Donk has no idea he's here as they cross paths in this smoke. Has managed to find Zontix. Bombs planted B. Bit doesn't know this. Committed to clearing the A site. He knows this is where Spirit were. Getting boxed in now for a Magic's over on short. Bit just doesn't know where to look. And this round, a sad ending for Bit. As he is boxed in, there was no right move to make.
Donk is just undeniable. Donk is despicable right now. The rounds that he's pulling out on this T side, it feels like every gun round that Spirit has won has been off the back of 2, sometimes 3 entries for Donk. Zontix had a great half on short on the CT side, but this T side has split the difference. Donk is the guy. A formidable foe for NAVI. The main character of this matchup.
The chance is never going to get better for Spirit to close this map out. NAVI arrive trying to defend themselves from a rough loss on their home map to open up this semi-final, and they arrive with nothing but pistols and SMGs. This is the best path to victory Spirit are gonna have. They're gonna group, play this one together. NAVI trying to get maximum value from this limited util they've got. All those smokes deployed now.
And last time Spirit were on this round when NAVI had low econ, they went for the mid take, so NAVI are trying to meet them there. They're trying to hit some deeks here as util gets thrown in, but this is all a farce again. Spirit are sneaking behind a smoke. Chopper has called rings around this game, and even as NAVI start to realize and put their pieces in the right place, they get cut down one by one. One falls after the other. NAVI are slipping through the net. They cannot hang on.
Donk entry is not even required in this final round of Mirage. Backstab from Chopper should seal the fate of NAVI. They might have beat them in the group stage, but this semi-final is a slow start for NAVI. Their home map of Mirage stripped away by an in-form Team Spirit. And they're not spirits, they're demons. Demons that NAVI cannot outrun.
Let's get into it. The final boss of Spirit, NAVI, trying to exercise their demons. And it's a CT side start on Counter-Strike's most classic map for a classic matchup. A rivalry, a year in the making. A matchup that gets harder every single time. We saw the familiarity on Mirage. Can Na'Vi break that curse, or will Spirit continue in their nightmares? Going back to a B hit. Little push up for Donk, might push this player down. That loses Na'Vi info early. They block both sides of the map. They don't let Spirit in.
So remember how this semi-final started. It was Donk turning around the pistol to open up Mirage. Turning heads as he opened up the semis. You don't want Donk to get off to another start like that if you're Na'Vi. This time you've got to deliver in the pistol. Mid-take getting lined up here for Team Spirit. The pressure about to be applied. It's Bit and it's JL to try and withstand this. Oh, he's dead immediately as Donk clean taps. Open runway now, only JL left standing. The B site crumbles. Shiro might get left behind, but he's still knocking Na'Vi out. And that is the worst case start for Na'Vi.
This guy blows my mind every single time I watch him play. Just double dink on the window jiggle. There's no room. There's no time to react. You are gone. You are done. The pistol is over. Na'Vi did everything they could to stop the bleeding there. Double smokes blocking both sides of the map down to the final few. And Spirit still break in without a single casualty. Na'Vi could get weird here. They saved a bunch of Kevlar. If they want to buy some scouts, SMGs, throw them over. There are certainly options in round 2. Wonderful armed. Will Spirit allow him to be dangerous?
They want to explode out long, but Na'Vi are ready for this. Very heavily stacked. Over the long side, Donk doesn't get out with more than one. So Spirit's first move does not pan out. Instead, now they put their faith in Chopper. He's got a teammate here alongside him, looking like he wants to walk contact into this B site. JL's Deagle on the line. First shots miss. Damage done. He's got support. Not alone in this battle is JL. There's wonderful scout to shut down the push. Shiro, it's a losing effort here. Na'Vi upset early on Dust2. And it's thanks to Wonderful with that scout. You asked if they would let him be deadly. He does not disappoint.
Yeah, no choice for Spirit, just popping through the B smoke. Trying to move their models around, but not enough to stop that open doorway. Wonderful hits every necessary shot. It's a far better feeling for Na'Vi coming through with a round this early. Took them till their first buy last time around. Wonderful will eat the shot down middle. And the call is made, so Spirit don't look a gift in the mouth. They just walk out mid, knowing this damage is done. It has forced Wonderful passive. Na'Vi are flying blind right now. They don't know what Spirit are doing. And mid to be smoke again forces a lot of util out of Na'Vi. Spirit look to recommit the second time around.
Spirit have been obsessive with these B plays. Feel like this is where they can exploit. Na'Vi's Dust2. Now last time Bit was in this position, he got double dinked immediately. Never even got time to fire a bullet, did Bit. This time, chance to fire off at least. Spots them crossing over in middle. Flashes in over the top, but Bit bouldering on the first. There's the trade for JL. He's going to keep the round even at least. But Magic's ready to cut down these rotates. First kill connects. With Magic's up close, there's support out of the window and picked apart. And Na'Vi.
No rest for the wicked. We're trading rounds now. Off the back of a well-placed Deeg shot from Donk. Team Spirit follow up. And everything falls into place.
I mean, Spirit said they were saving up the emotions for this exact game, and I think they've delivered on that so far.
Seeing them, Chopper's going crazy in the cams. Can Wonderful get weird? Look like we're not going to have this mid to be default anymore. Spirit actually tried to take Cat. They've got Magics lurking long. The long pop in round 2 was pretty crazy, but doing something a bit slower after Navi of use their util. It's a far safer call here for Spirit. They get out mid again. Clearly abusing this position, but not willing to commit. If they go back, it's into a stack.
Like they want to go late long. I mean, they've had Magics waiting there all round. Bomb's going to join with him. And so Spirit will have that control. Na'Vi are only playing for short. They've conceded the site, so they need these kills. They need this control. This is the whole area they're going to have to play around this A here. Shiro let loose over in middle, while the rest of Team Spirit run it up the long side. Na'Vi don't need to all in this yet. They can wait, they can group here. 4v4 with a player lost in the back lines, but Donk smoke spam will connect. Shiro still to play into this a little bit later. All the way over at B is committed to this backstab. Well, we don't know it, but they're about to start getting shot in the back. Wonderful. Oh my God, knife pulled, and Shiro takes his chance. Dale gets one back with the deagle, but goes no further. It's Shiro, the mid man, keeping Na'Vi at bay, never even able to attempt this retake. Sabit has no choice but to run for the hills, get away from Team Spirit.
I love that. You don't see much flair from Shiro in those moments, but shows a bit of ego here. Knifes the Orpik counterparts. Valuable for reasons in and outside of the server. It's a crazy lurk to go on while Spirit go for the late long, knowing Na'Vi have nothing to stop them. There wouldn't be a Spirit round without Donk just shooting someone through the smoke. Spirit come out swinging in this game. They win the money game early. And crazily enough, this is a team that wins 60% of the rounds they play on the CT side of Dust2. This is a T-sided map. This is a T-sided meta right now, and Spirit are very good at defense on Dust. Spelling a very strong map for Team Spirit. Not what Na'Vi need to hear.
Oh, Alexi's going to get this info too late. Jumping up, but they're already in.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, Alexi gets one with the USP. This is a full eco for Na'Vi. Surely it doesn't get anything else going. These are only USPs right now.
Panicking.
This is not going according to plan. Spirit needs someone to open up the back door. A way out. Bit falls down in lower tunnels. That opens up the route to this B site. Shiro holds for the rotates in. They're looking to keep this one secured after all, but the spam connects for Alexi B. Nate picked up. He could blow this open.
So blind.
Doesn't deploy it yet, and that's given them precious time. The flashes wreck Alexi, but there's one of their own. They flash through. These USPs are finding it, and it's Alexi, the captain, with this AK, battling back for Na'Vi. Magic's in this clutch, the clutch that never should have been. A full eco round from downtown. It's Alexi B to find him.
We called him the Grenadier for so long. So good with the HEs on this very map. And he wins a round off of it just like that. One little jump up cap for Donk, one moment in air. Alexi plucks him out the sky, and he goes on to blow Magics out of the round.
It's not every day that one round can so plainly re-energize a team, but winning a full USP eco. The saved MP9 didn't even get to fire a bullet. That will put the wind back in Navi's sails.
Yeah, I mean, NAVI, we know how strong they are mentally. This is a team that even when they lose the craziest rounds, they can come back in and just take the most decisive victory. Got a very good mentor on this roster. But I'm sure there's other factors playing in to this game as well, just knowing how one-sided it often is, how hard you've had to graft to even take Team Spirit to 3 maps. But a full eco win like that early in the game will have its consequences.
I mean, we talked about the Spirit frustration. A round like that's going to get under your skin. Let's see if NAVI are able to capitalize. This can be the start of a streak for NAVI.
Spirit have forgotten the bomb on their default, so this will slow everything down, but not for Donk. Just taking a quick pace, walk out mid, converts the spray, 25 bullets in. Still gets traded, but given how that started, could have gone a lot worse. NAVI breathe a sigh of relief. They even pushed through the lurk smoke at B. That is huge information. They're re-clearing middle so they can cross out. JL coming from lower. This AWP is still here because the bomb was back in spawn. Spirit is still in middle. NAVI would expect them to all be up long or cat right now. So they start to take that space. JL gets ready to flank, and Spirit look for this entry. Oh no! Oh dear!
Spot, but that was his best chance to open up the route into this. Now they know he's deep on long. NAVI changed this crosshair.
Ouch!
And they all home in on Magix over at the long side. Attention taken away. Magix makes his move. And JL just too late to the party here. 1v4, sight already lost. They might have found a quick trade on Donk down in middle, but there's more behind this Spirit squad. Magix does a great job of recovering from that missed chance out the long side.
Magic's on a long cross. We've seen plenty of highlights there. Even nearly closed Shanghai in that very position. The rounds just keep trading back and forth. No clear victor. We can't rely on more eco wins here for NAVI. They need to get going now.
From NAVI is this second map. Similar kind of ebb and flow to how Mirage started. There has been chances for NAVI. Chances for them to be the ones in pole position right now, but all those make or break rounds being won by Spirit. Spirit gifted with the T-side start as well. CT money is punishing. The resources NAVI can bring into each of these rounds gets less and less as time goes on. Does Blade have the answers?
Shiro attempting the cross shot, doesn't connect. Again, bomb back in spawn. Seems more like a preference than a mistake at this point. Spirit again in no hurry. Been doing a lot of mid control in this game of Spirit. NAVI on the other side haven't been aggressive at all, haven't challenged, haven't pushed into lower, come up with aggressive cat plays other than the low econ rounds.
Something to note here for NAVI is that both of these SMGs are in like the extremity positions. You have Alexi at long, JL waiting near tunnels. Expect at some point in this round, maybe a bit of aggression from one of these MP9s as NAVI try to piece together what's going on. Wonderful doesn't fire off on that flashbang. That could have been the opener. It's kept even in the 5v5 as no one's able to capitalize on it. Info flash over at Short. There's the info. Chopper lets them know that Short's been taken. That's the exact reaction that NAVI were hoping for.
This is a weak setup right now. They're so focused on middle because of how Spirit have been playing. If they just commit to this cat take, it could go wonderfully. Wonderful, pulling back just in the nick of time. Does Spirit commit? Or do they just send a guy down into spawn? They've still got this lurk far away. Flashes blanket the bomb site. IEM hiding in the smoke and on the break. He finds everything and nothing at the same time. It's Donk with another crucial entry and Wonderful on the clock.
Boxed in, they're getting ever closer. He has Alexi floating around, but here's another one of these backstabs.
No.
This time it won't stick the landing for Zontix. Don't have that be the undoing, Spirit. Oh, God, Wonderful's quick. One back the other way, and Donk fitting the herd. It's all left on a bit, low on health, but not without hope. Wow. There's Chopper swinging wide to silence him.
Can't believe Chopper just repeats that as well in the post plant when he's been fired at. Despite the whiff on the flank, despite letting Wonderful get away with murder back from ramp, it is still Spirit clawing into the round. And that is money gone. Hope may die last, but the economy dies first here for NAVI. They have nothing in this round.
These diamond hands have the shakes for NAVI. They're out of the picture in this round. They will get dodged entirely. Full B lean from NAVI. And Spirit move into this empty A side of the map. They've already won this round. This tees them up in a really good spot on this T side. 6-2 up already. Chances to keep sweetening the deal.
You can really feel the conditioning that those first 3 or 4 rounds of this T side have done to NAVI. They're now so focused on middle in the last couple of rounds. Sure, it's an eco here. They're going for a gamble, but even in the previous, leaving just a 2-man A hold that late in the round. And Wonderful only just getting back in time. NAVI is scared of the prospect of this mid to B because those are the most brutal rounds. Rounds that can just disappear off of 1 or 2 entries in the right place. The fact they're even ready for Zontix lurk in B in previous is evidence of that. So Spirit have got them on the chopping block. The in-game leader, keep the calls coming.
The one thing that's been nice about this round for Alexi is a lot of time to talk to the rest of the team. Try and piece together what move do they want to make. How do they turn this around? Alexi's supposed to be the one with the answers.
Yeah.
But right now the problems have been layered. Spirit, constant mid-control, going back to some of these late long takes. They've had active B lurking. NAVI don't know where to look. Things go from bad to worse as Bit is caught on the cross shot now in this return to the rifles for NAVI.
Finances have been rough, right? We've talked about it all game long, and so NAVI don't feel like they want to risk, wasting a nade on that mid-cross, but it is so worth it when you've got someone like Shiro going for these early picks. It's multiple rounds he's hit tags on this door. NAVI choose not to be the initiators, the aggressors. They sit in their sights. They wait for Spirit to come their way. Is this just another A retake cooking up?
I mean, this is what's so scary from that early condition, right? The mind games that Chopper's playing, the fact that he has called these relentless cat takes after putting the fear in NAVI about that B site early. And the whole time, it feels like Alexi is just waiting for this B hit. Are they going to jump CT? Chopper has the MAC-10 pulled, hopping in. He will get found. IEM opens. Finally an advantage heading into one of these retake rounds for NAVI. Now they have to do good on that opener that IEM has provided. Spirit have the route to the bomb plant. A man down. They can't peek long. They don't want to get caught bunched up on short. They need to try and fight NAVI as they move up through CT for this retake. IEM's going to be the first man in. Nades for Alexi, trying to soften them up. Zontic's knocked out. It's only Shiro left in the blink of an eye. 1v4. First shot lands. Shiro dinked. And running for the hills as Alexi comes through with the stick. NAVI finally land one of these fancy nade work from the captain of NAVI to help get them there.
Really well patient, well communicated for NAVI. No one jumps the gun there. Chopper gives up the kill in CT. Surprisingly for Spirit, I thought they would realize that IEM was playing behind that smoke. They heard him cycle nades and spawn, but still, NAVI in a 5v4 do not waste the opportunity with almost no util. 3 kills in tandem. They look to come back into the CT side. There is still hope for NAVI.
I mean, you saw Hallie, the coach of Spirit, motormouth in the timeout. He's got a lot to say. Let's try and maintain this lead for Team Spirit. They were 6-2 up. We'll do well to remember that here, as a defining moment in this semi-final is about to befall us. NAVI might have won that last round. They might have done so pretty cleanly, but their money has never moved away from the edge of being broken. This is their chance to stabilize. They failed to stick the landing on this round last time they were given this chance. Failure to do so here means this is a runaway T-side for Team Spirit.
Terrifying prospect. And again, Spirit get out mid unchallenged. I would still love one round, maybe right at the end of the half for NAVI to just send it into middle. Do something aggressive on catwalk. Challenge upper B. They've given Spirit a lot of room, but this round is a little different. Cat setup. Living and dying on this corner. Alexi B and IEM. Burning down the clock. But I mean, look at Spirit's utility. They've thrown absolutely nothing in this round. They've held on to all of their grenades. They can run multiple fakes. Keep NAVI guessing.
This is a test of resolve for NAVI. Chopper's done a lot of conditioning early on in this game. And so he's hoping that all this extra util spilling out in the mid is enough to spook NAVI. It hasn't. They've maintained the double cat setup. Donk could disrupt that right now. 2 kills on a plate for Donk, but he can't get a ring on them. It's Zontic's moving in, lending that helping hand, opening up the short play. Wonderful. Ready to receive. Drop down into the spawn. Wonderful. Head on a swivel. Next fight coming up the catwalk, and Wonderful's ready for it. Only Magic's left. Nade might be good, but it's going to take more than that to stop Wonderful on this tear. Magix has had many clutches from this long position, but finally locked out of one. And an important round for NAVI as this comeback is on. Finally, they start streaking some rounds together.
Yeah, it's safe to say we've had a couple of players go missing in this game for NAVI right across the series. JL, very quiet to start. IEM's lurks weren't doing too much on the T side, but right now Wonderful is trying to make a case to join Bit.
Now he gets his weapon of choice as well.
He's earned it.
Rifle gone, all bought out for Wonderful.
IEM considered getting aggressive there, but he had nothing to support him. D-Lug smokes are terrifying. Nice to see JL use a pistol, save that ammo for later. IEM dumps his mag downrange into Chopper. Donk looking for vengeance. The Spirit just want to explode off this play. NAVI will not allow it. Util has been really good for NAVI in buying time, burning down the clock, blocking the short position. Again, they get closer. Alexi B in a high-risk angle. There's a flash primed over the top. Alexi caught with nades out, and there is no cover. There is no sanctuary in this site. Magic with the entry. Wonderful again must stand tall.
That shot sails past though. Wonderful's teeing up to play retake right now. His teammates all grouped over in the spawn, and that's where Zontix really could steal this round away before it even begins.
40.
They've been ready for the Zontix backstab once or twice, but this time Navi's eyes are forward. They are looking for this retake. Zontix never takes his timing though, and if he never reacts, if he never goes here, might get left out of the picture altogether. Donk holding the line with 2. Here's Ema up the ramp side. They know that Zontix is on this ramp round, and he's gonna finish off the final man. Ema's time in the limelight. 4 kills on that retake. Navi are believing.
They are winning the unwinnable rounds right now. They are winning the rounds where Donk is getting 2 kills on the entry or 2 kills in the post plant. There's a backstab too late for Spirit. And Navi piece together every single kill. I don't know how they're in this game right now. Multiple rounds on this A site they had no business winning. And Ema puts another on the board. As rounds fly by, Navi players give us a reason to believe in their Dust2.
This was a 6-2 lead for Spirit. Spirit could have won this first half hard. Navi have had to dig deep. We've had big moments from Wonderful, Alexi. Now Ema throwing his name out there
And B
to
was
be a difference maker. As Navi try to tie this up, Spirit are finally the ones facing limitations in the final round of this first half.
B was how this game began. Mid to Bs, the upper lurks for Zontix. Spirit cycling these CT smokes. And they're gonna go back to old reliable in the final round of the half. The last ditch attempt, they get caught off guard, but Ema can't connect the shot. Donk, lights out kill. Back they go. Spirit do not jump the gun, they take the 5v4.
On the roots of this comeback, there's been a few odd, uncharacteristic Donk misses. At 11 and 9 in the first kill, in the last round of this first half going his way, this is where Donk needs to leave a mark.
They've pulled Navi to the wrong position right now. Triple on A and iced out in spawn is bit. It's really all on JL, but he doesn't know it. Wait, the bomb's going back.
I mean, they've got Shiro up long. Chopper's out in mid. They still have a player in the upper tunnels. This is getting indecisive for Team Spirit. In doing so, they might end up playing right into the hands of Navi. They were 3 strong at this A site. Spirit was so close to dodging this, and instead they go right in to Wonderful's AWP. 2 kills found, that breaks even. Low HP on Team Spirit. Alexi, more impact found. Zontix and Chopper need to withstand this. Swing from Zontix could seal the deal. It's JL late. A slow start to this series from JL. Backstabbed, but not found. Can he hold on? Chopper has been spotted. JL with a chance for the equalizer. 1 bullet could end Chopper's round. And JL makes the connection. A tie game as JL delivers. Navi are firing. Dust2 is hot.
The head-to-head that just keeps on giving. Team Spirit versus NAVI, split down the middle on map 2. It felt like Spirit were going to cut the difference, and NAVI have come back in this game. We're here on Spirit's home map after taking NAVI's away. Can this international superstar squad hold up against Donk? Right now they've got him in his crosshair.
Yeah, Spirit held a really convincing lead. Only for NAVI to go on a 4-round streak down the tail end of Dust2 to close it up. And that's given them a fighting chance. And Molly's going to force Donk further forward. You're a bit trapped in the lower tunnels with Ema. That's a fight that comes up in favor of NAVI. That's the big man removed. With Donk knocked out, a Spirit neutered. To represent a real change of tide in this series.
That's preparation there for NAVI more than anything. They know Donk loves to do that. We always see him on low with the Julies. So NAVI come out with that Molotov to clear out the most important piece of the Spirit ranks. Now they just try to suffocate this A site. The Lurker's going to learn the hard way, or maybe teach him a lesson.
But hang on a second, will they be ready for Magics?
Will it make a difference?
It's a double pit set up here. Spirit split the defense 2-2. They needed an individual to find success, and Bit is ready for the pit player.
Could Nuke be on the horizon? It's a huge question.
I mean, look, we talked about that 6-2 lead. The most rounds the Spirit were able to find consecutively amongst that was 3 rounds straight. NAVI now the ones taking the cake for the biggest streak found on Dust2. They're up to 5 rounds in a row. With this being the pistol, they're going to find even more before the guns come back out for Spirit. The momentum sides with NAVI.
But the numbers still side with Spirit. 9-map win streak on Dust2, taking out some of the best teams in the world, and it not even being close. I mentioned their CT win percent earlier, right? 60% of the rounds they play CT, they win. So this is a team that knows how to rock the defense. Let's compare again as we get into the second half. Think about how NAVI never took middle. They never tried to fight Spirit in the open and give Donk the chance to get those multi-kills. He had to rely on post plants to even get involved. Will Spirit be as relenting as NAVI, or do they want to cause chaos?
Triple long take early, but that's afforded. Kashiro is watching mid with this scout. Once they take long, they're going to go back and look to set themselves up actually in the site here. Some more of this lax mid control bought into this 4-spy round. Spirit not looking to fight for that. Instead, playing within the site itself. They're going to go aggressive over on short. Ema is already here. Wonderful there to back him up as well. It's quite the stack on this short side. That Molly denies the push.
Ooh. They're going anyway. Spirit forced into uncomfortable positions, range with SMGs. Oh.
They are being sent into a stack over at this A site.
Yeah, Magic spamming and then immediately going back to A. He wants them to come up cat. Spirit get what they want. Can they deliver?
They've dropped in a mid to be smoked, but that's not going to force any sort of rotate out of Team Spirit here. 5v4 on the hit. Donk opens on the Deagle. Tag down range, but it's all about Donk's Deagle. He's trying to tee up the man of Goose as well. Will that even be required? Donk. Distance getting close. There's Chopper, the nasty surprise. Donk keeps delivering. Wonderful with a response, sure, but JL is so far away. Wonderful's going to fight this alone, and he can't hold on. Into the stack. Go NAVI. And they come to regret it.
That's a trap right there, set and laid by Spirit. The perfect bait in middle for Magics. And Chopper hiding in the Goose the whole time while Donk gets his 1 deeks on the cross. It couldn't be a better position for Spirit to win that 4-spy round. Remember that first half, we had those trades back and forth to begin the game. So NAVI again are asked to clutch up with less. But this really is less. 1 scout, 4 Deagles on T-side Dust.
Magic's up close. That is a convincing start from Bits Deagle. Enough to get them in over at long. JL now aggressive over in middle. Look at who he's up against. Donk's got him trapped into this corner. JL living on borrowed time. That flash maybe thinks, now he's gotten out. JL hangs around and will catch Donk. Shiro, they're getting ever closer. They're right here. He's got to provide and nothing found. It is a mirrored start to that first half as these teams trade back and forth. JL still present on this lurk. Spirit have not been able to find him yet. He's caused them nothing but issues.
Unbelievable.
He's even looking for a little bit more as JL.
Oh, it would be a lot more. Getting rid of these guns, but more importantly, arming yourself with the 2 rifles. Could be everything here. He's got donks at least. And NAVI bite back even harder. 5 alive.
I mean, this back and forth start adds a real bit of tension to this second half. If this keeps up, if we end up so deep that when a team finally loses, forced down to Eco with a streak beginning, now you could be left with but 1 rifle round between you and this game being done. NAVI hold the smallest of edges right now.
Really nice bait for JL. Like you said, Donk felt like he crossed already back through the smoke with that flashbang. JL just stayed put. Donk getting humbled in this game a little bit, despite a very strong start to the series. Long take for Spirit. They hang around.
I mean, Long has firmly belonged to Bid. Whenever he's wanted to get away with this real estate, he's so often found it. Even now, hanging around, expecting aggression, and that is on the table for Team Spirit with 2 players starting there. If NAVI win this round, they're on double digits. So full eco for Spirit in the next. That's the chance that's been bestowed upon them. No one wants to be that first man to fall. They're respecting every PC util. And that util started to run out for Team Spirit. They can't delay this round any longer. They are now at the full mercy of the NAVI exec.
Yeah, this is pretty uncomfortable, to be honest, with no one making any moves. And given where NAVI are going, this looks like it's going to pan out for them. Spirit getting stuck on the long side. They need this kill cleanly. You said Bits had it every single time. NAVI sending it up catwalk, blanketing the site, and Molotovs have no issue getting in. Bit can win this round off a couple of kills right now, but Magix holds his own, and now things get interesting again. They've got a reason to go for it. A 5v4 when NAVI pull back. They have nowhere but sight and Cat. Spirit come for the kills. Ema forces that equalization.
JL waiting, they're creeping closer, nearly catches Shiro out in the open. And things are getting awkward with Ema continuing to pain on JL now, swing it out. More confidence from NAVI. They can feel their fortunes changing. Money broken for Team Spirit. And this should be 10 rounds as good as done for NAVI.
Yeah, you said it. First team to get 2 in a row is going to be in a great position. You thought Spirit, after winning their force buy with Deagles and MP9s, would have changed the tune and have thrown it right back in their face. Looking to
now
run away.
They could have something more explosive as well, right? Straight out the long doors, the change of pace from Alexi.
Been a very tempered T-side across this whole series for both teams. No quick plays, but this is a different call for NAVI.
This is a full eco for Spirit with the exception of one thing. Donk with a Deagle.
But it's only one guy, Harry.
Will he be the guy? Set up over at short. NAVI dropping these smokes. They make their move now. The Pistols have softened up that first man in, but it's JL to open. Donk is the one with everything to play for. The one with the deagle. A chance to find something here as he swings out Cap, but Silence brought down low. Shiro boosted, ends up in the middle of the site. It's a bit of intrigue, sure, but it really had to be Donk if it was going to be anyone. First shot connects. Smoked off now. Don't give him the chance to fight. There is a gap on that smoke. He'll decide against it. NAVI, the only item they had to worry about, committed to this push out through the long doors as Donk comes for damage. Wonderful's in a good position to shut this one down. This was 6-2 in Spirit's favor. Ooh. Since that point, they have found but one round. That force buy in the second half. Other than that, it is a blanket of rounds from NAVI.
When you put it like that, it really does start to hit. And Spirit had but one chance, really, one option, and it's to win this 4-buy round. And even then, it's not going to be perfect. Shiro might not get his AWP on this CT side as NAVI swell and balloon into this game, getting bigger, badder, better.
It's rare in a game to have it so plainly laid out like this, but this is the moment where Spirit, if they want to keep Dust2 going, they're picking this series. If they want to end it here and lock in those grand finals, they need success in this round, because if not, if they fall short, NAVI are right there, Nuke waiting in the wings. And long control already taken. Alexi has been changing the pace up in these last few rounds.
Oh, if Spirit broke NAVI's map pick win streak of Mirage, it would only be right for NAVI to do it right back their way in this eternal clash. This featured a year of head-to-heads and a clear victor along the way. Spirit finally getting unearthed. Look at this contact into the B side. Zontic's ugly, messy spray converts it, but the player still makes it.
They don't know a second man made it out. The bomb is going back around to join him. Alexi's just faking on this side of the map, but he would love a kill. He would love to get away with even one, as Ema's been cleared. That bomb's out in no man's land. This is so awkward for NAVI. They have been picked apart on both sides of the map. For Bit and Wonderful. Oh no, hello, Donk. Gives a kill over. On a little jaunt out through middle, he's conceded a 5v2. Doesn't feel like the end of the world yet. But every misstep, every little error can lead to something. 30 seconds left here, and it feels like NAVI have written this round off. That one kill, not enough to entice them.
Oh, but they have money. I mean, it's going to have to be on the last second smoke hit. Does this shot connect? Wonderful waits. Round hangs in the balance, but he falls out. If he fired off there, you never know what could have transpired. Instead, it's Spirit locking in one more. Really good clear from Zontix and Chopper coming back to that B site and finding Ema in car before the bomb makes it out. They shut the door on that B hit before NAVI get in. Looks like they did know. Molly on the car. Very prepared. And the lurk plays a little bit too soon. Spirit is still here.
Important timeout for NAVI. I mean, they know that if they won that last round, that could have been the game right there. That would have been Spirit gone, down and out for the count. Left hinging on a third map. Instead, Dust2 requires a final push. Blade weighing in. Going over the game plan. Making sure this one doesn't come down to timings, doesn't come down to chances. NAVI need results. Alexi carries that burden of trying to execute on what was just discussed in the timeout. Wonderful scoped up for this early fight in middle, but nothing's given. Spirit will start to aggress.
Oh
they haven't done this yet. They haven't come through with immediate CT aggression. This is all in response to that tag pause. They know that NAVI have ideas, have a play they want to make, and Spirit want to upset it. Hell of an opener from Donk. He throws himself in a maw. And Shiro will be there to trade him. NAVI get this long control. They get what they were looking for, but they lose all these mid-fights. And with it, all the info over middle. For all they know, Spirit could be right behind them.
First aggressive CT round we've seen in nearly 20 rounds of play, and they're not going to stop at that. They want to go for the kill. They want to go for gold. Chopper with another swing, sprays them down, and Team Spirit snuff NAVI out where they stand. Forget your game plan. Throw away your little strat book. Spirit are coming for the kill. Of course, it's Dong to make that happen as well. Such a tight line for Ema. It's a really hard shot getting swung there. And relentless rushing for Spirit puts them within a round of equalizing this map.
Oh, this is just the worst way for it to go for NAVI, right? They had the chance to break Spirit. Now it's them broken. Spirit, the ones chomping at the bit to tie the game up. Spirit, the ones reflecting that in how they play, with some aggressive moves finally coming through from the defending half. So if you are Spirit, this round should just be a formality. Kick the pistols aside. Look to win it all in the next. From minute one of entering this tournament, Spirit's focus has been on getting back to that trophy, back to the grand final, and a chance to lift it again. There's one smoke for Alexi B to try and make this round at all interesting, but wherever they go, the odds are against them.
What can you do? Lurk, smoke, and B, and just try and power through it with multiple players. That's kind of your best bet right now. Nothing to stop them, but this AWP, Zontix has a full belt. He could even break it. Zontix's nades are crucial in this round. That molly sets them up perfectly. And as the smoke comes in, Spirit keep them honest. And nade goes a bit deep. NAVI are running out.
Missed shot for Shiro. They start to surround Zontix. He will fall. Dong now lending a helping hand, allows Zontix the open runway, and it's quickly farmed up, quickly cleaned up by Team Spirit. A tie game. Donk has his resurgence in this second half. It is worth its weight in gold to Team Spirit. Team's already on that trophy. They want to continue their epic. This is the last time that Blade is going to be able to speak to his team in this map. Could be the final map for NAVI. This is the last chance he has to offer up a solution. The remainder of this semi-final now, Blade is but a passenger, hoping that NAVI can keep this series alive.
For long. Spirit shut the door early. Crucial that Donk does not die on this B site either. So he blocks his position. Spirit don't look to make moves here. They instead rely on the foundation of 4 on the A side and Donk as the rock on B. Gotta be careful not to give Wonderful his pick here. Chopper goes for a jiggle. That's a little dangerous.
It's a golden opportunity, but Wonderful knows he won't be given another one of these.
Back to the drawing board here for NAVI out middle. The Spirit know that just as well. They're not going to sit behind this smoke forever.
I mean, in a lot of these rounds, when Bit is late lurking long, he's listening attentively to the util, right? And using that to extract info as to where Spirit started on the map. With him still waiting around at the long doors, this feels like it's building to be the A split, and now they've dealt a rough hand to Zontix down in middle. They've gotten that opener they were looking for. Bit still biding his time outside of long, trying to pick the perfect moment to put the squeeze on this A site.
And it's all on Shiro because he's got to watch two positions at the same time.
They blow open the short smoke. They're coming in now. Magic's last line of defense. And he sends them packing. There's Bit finally arriving. But they've got to deal with Magic's inside of this A site. Wonderful will. Trying to combine in this 2v2. It's Donk, it's Chopper, the ones to beat. Donk had that late game resurgence, but as he's getting a new legacy in NAVI. Bit as the difference maker has kept Dust2 going. Here to face the brains and the brawn in that 1v2.
And the anchor of last year drags Spirit down under. Can he keep them there? Spirit frustrated, sending it top middle, dangerous. Dom gets the first. No way they're going to get out like that. Spirit, a middle finger, and they depart middle in an instant.
That is a ludicrous call for Spirit to make. That is a Hail Mary of a play. If they lose this round, they're broke. That means NAVI have basically won it. So to come through with something that ballsy, a push up into the top of mid.
I mean, both teams' money is completely on the line right now. Even more so for NAVI, getting out with a player surviving. And Spirit know that. It might be a map stolen away in the final seconds. Right before Navi's eyes, despite the clutch, despite the comeback from 6-2 down. Spirit's late resurgence may just be here in time. Navi have to do more with less. All they've got is middle. Info.
Yeah, making a great move here. Going to get there just in time to call that long is clear, that this is the B play. Nades available. Smoke broken open, but a missed shot from Shiro. Attention pulled away. Allows Donk, but he's getting Pinsent. Trapped in a corner. Trapped in a box. Donk is iced out. NAVI 4v5 break into that B site. And the game was resting on this round. Spirit concede. They can't attempt this. Chances to keep this semi-final going and break the Spirit streak on Dust2.
It's not every day Doc looks mortal, but he was scared there. He didn't know which way to look. Both sides, Navi trap him. And these kills worth their weight in gold. Can JL finish the job? That molly might do it. Chopper's alive. There's nothing here. Even the orb. Tentative Shiro hanging on by a thread. With not a penny to rub together.
This is their best chance. This is where NAVI have to do it. It won't be some big bombastic finish, some decisive dastardly play. They want to win this one. As a team, they want to win it to tactics. They play low and slow to open up this round. They know the limitations that Spirit are working with.
Late long. No one here. Spirit once again try to test the middle with this cat setup. Gonna pinch together. JL alone holds his own, gets that first, and 4 kills away from a third map in this semi-final. NAVI trying to outlast Spirit, kick up the pace towards long, kicking dust in their face. There's one player in the site. That's all Spirit can rely on.
Shiro is out on an island, but Spirit are grouping very, very fast here. They plan on scrapping, they plan on brawling, they want to fight for this site before that bomb is even planted. The boost been spotted. That is a huge bit of info for Alexi. He knows there's two players in the elevator. Donk with one, Donk with two. Why stop there? Gonna need more from Donk. It comes down to this 1v1. The AWPers set to clash to decide the fate of Dust2. Is it wonderful, or is it Shiro in this clutch? Shiro keeps Spirit in it. And this one's going the full 24 rounds. That was the best chance that NAVI had to lay this game to rest. To move on to a third map, a chance still to grace that grand final. Now it is an uphill battle. And the 1v1 to decide it all. The silent killer of Shiro. Smoke's wonderful in the head-to-head. And now it's NAVI who are broken.
Yeah, that could be a round they live to regret. It gives Spirit the sight of overtime. Two rifles. Per team. The most desperate time in this map, and maybe the most desperate measure. Alexi B looking to walk out mid. Pack play. Shiro here sprays away, and that's a multi-kill. Bomb loose. That might be the beginning of bonus play. Donk does damage. He's going back for more. Spirit don't know when to quit. They swing for the fences. They swing for the win, and they massacre NAVI in middle. There is no hope here. There is only overtime on the horizon.
Bomb away from JL. No world he can build back into this. Spirit have it. Right here, right for the taking. All that's left to do is cross that line and take us to overtime, and Magix will send us there.
That round that NAVI lived to regret. They've got to forget about it. But they were but a kill from a third map in this semi-final. In a map they know they can win. And now we enter into Spirit's domain, overtime on their best map. A 9-win streak on Dust2 for Team Spirit. It will not get easier. And with overtime comes a bit of freedom. The chance to take risks and get away with it. And Spirit are full of that. Think about these aggressive rounds we've seen every now and then where Donk runs up middle. This could be the perfect time for it. NAVI get that mid control.
Feel like the pace has left this game.
It to be.
NAVI trying to take it slow, but it's Spirit to bring the fight to them. Flashbang tees up Chopper. Zontix now eyes on middle, and no chance at the trade. Shiro even siphoning players from the ranks of NAVI as they try to make this crossing. Emo won't survive the night. It's wonderful 1v5. Boxed in and now finished off. Spirit picked their moment to get involved, and they choose it carefully. The perfect timing for that push into the upper tunnels.
Yeah, it felt too telegraphed, right? No cat control for NAVI. They hadn't really pushed Spirit back from that position. Magix had the new box. They knew the mid to B was coming, and to be fair, when NAVI have hit these mid to Bs, they've done them really well. So Spirit know they need to make the first play, the first incision, Chopper pushing up a B, and confirming what Spirit suspect. success in the first round of overtime. Blade and Hallie back on the mic, 30 seconds to get it all out.
NAVI certainly have lost their edge. The round slowing down. Not taking the same amount of space. Blades tried to change that in the timeout. The boys barrel out the long side. JL with the slam will open. Never even saw Chopper to knock him out of the round, but there's still Magics here. Made it into the pit. And NAVI ready for this. Util deployed, but Magix is quick to reposition out on an island still. Left fighting all on his lonesome. It's a quick trade for IEM. Shiro now, this is a really forward position. He wanted to play in tandem with Magix. He's not left with many options, trying to get aggressive. Shiro's hung out to dry. Donk and Zontix, 2v4. And Donk is a long way away. Donning the second AWP as well as he makes his move up through CT. Donk on an AWP in this retake. Not something you see every day, but can Donk hit hard? Deal with the devil to get this AWP in the first place, but Donk is run down a bit. Finishes the job. NAVI do good on that timeout.
Shiro's been off this AWP for both rounds of overtime. Previous one, they didn't have any AWP. Now it's Donk running it on a solo B. Getting a little uncomfortable for Spirit. Magix is completely hung out to dry. There's no supporting flash. There's no AWP to cover his corner. Spirit trying to reinvent the wheel. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Wonderful at the long spawn. He's going to try this with the AWP. We haven't really seen the AWPs go here. Sails on past. Still, this is more like it for NAVI. It's more proactive. They're more involved. They're no longer playing at the mercy of Team Spirit. They're the ones trying to take the initiative on this T side.
Haven't seen many opening attempts from Wonderful really in this map, right? He's occasional mid shots, but he's 0-1 on opening duels. Never really cracked NAVI a 5v4. It's been JL, it's been IEM, and Bit. The rifling trio of NAVI getting them in these rounds. Magix off angle in the pit. We saw how much Util NAVI dedicated last time around. They just go swinging in. A Bit hits a flick to find that 5v4. A requirement to win this round as NAVI trap this site. Spirit takes space elsewhere. Flick back for Shiro connects. Now they know the object of NAVI's desires.
Smoke broken open by this nade, but no NAVI players spotted behind it. They played the timing on this. They wait for all these nades to come out. They know what they're up against, and now they re-smoke the cross. More nades from Spirit. At bare minimum, it's bought them time here. Time for this backstab. Time for Donk to play his hand. Wonderful not looking backwards. Wonderful's not looking. Donk's been delivered a free kill. Now he starts to close the distance. In the back line, it's all about Donk. Quick jiggle, but not sending it too far. Donk keeps the pressure on. NAVI answer back as best they can, but constantly looking over their shoulder. Demonic from Donk, trying to give Spirit that edge. And Spirit's Prince of Darkness with a huge round, a defining round in this series. Tees up Team Spirit. 2 rounds at the tail end of that first half of overtime. They are the ones with the advantage. They're the ones in pole position in spite of this round starting off well for NAVI. Spirit have faith in Donk and what he brings to the table.
Such a risky early cross for Donk. You know, the whole time Wonderful's considering that flank. He's looking back, he's throwing Util for his team, but Donk just finds the perfect timing, and NAVI can never get comfortable. They can never cross into the site. The bomb doesn't make it in. Wonderful making moves, but he's mollied, he's flashed, he's out of there. Spirit never knew. That's the most aggressive move we've seen from a NAVI CT side all map. And it comes up with nothing. Spirit's initial success in regulation came on these mid to B hits. They put that fear in NAVI early. The late long into the AWP that can make all the difference right now.
He has to hit this. No excuse for Wonderful. It's a dry fight. Contact play out alongside. These are the fights you dream of as an AWPer. There is no one here to flash this. Wonderful open sight lines, but it won't connect. There's the opener from Magix. And now the floodgates are open. Spirit charge down the long side. Shiro covers. Don't dare to make up for it. And slowly but surely, NAVI are trickling in, but they're trickling into a lost sight, a lost battle. JL left to run away. Bit has been stellar throughout this tournament for NAVI. 20 kills deep on Dust2. And once more, they're asking for Bit to bail them out. Shiro, backstab coming in just to try and add insult to injury, knock these guns out. Navi's so preoccupied with chasing him down, they can't go for this retake. And so Spirit now, they're the ones with chances to close out this game. They are on the edge of these grand finals. And all that's left to do is cross that finish line. And NAVI hoping for another overtime.
And that is just a crushing way for that round to crumble down. You feel like Wonderful is perfectly set to hit, but on the stage, struggling in the most important round yet, as Magix hits the most incredible entry kill out long doors. He's really stepped up on the stage, has Magix. We saw it yesterday. We saw it in Shanghai. And deep into the semi-finals, Spirit may just be a cut above NAVI. A team I'm never ready to count out of a comeback, of staying in a game like this. But it is just one mistake, one big moment from Donk, one whiff shot, and Spirit are back-to-back grand finals here at Katowice. It feels like destiny. Donk's destiny here in the Spodek. 29 kills deep. NAVI on their last legs. They were mere moments from nuke. But it may just be what ifs. What could have been. A rivalry NAVI drew into question in the group stage, beating Donk at his best. But here where it matters more, here where there's no room for error, no lower brackets, no second chances. Spirit have stood up to the test. Slow and steady yet, Wonderful smokes the long side. Spirit make it up cat for free.
Wonderful missed this shot in the prior round, and that's what led to the A side falling apart.
What has Donk got?
It's a sold out spot egg. Trying to give NAVI the belief for that final push to try and drag this one into another overtime.
They've got to go through this.
Great timing on the util. You hit that point now where it just comes down to the individuals for NAVI. 15 seconds, Donk plays his hand, runs at the front of the pack for Spirit. Magix now plays his hand out the long side. Stab found! Magix putting that pressure on, but the time is up! Emma has stolen it away! There is no way for Spirit to win this! Left out by the clock! As NAVI stay in and gifted a miracle! One more round! One more chance! You cannot account for a round like that! That is a gift to NAVI!
It was
one more round! That's all they need!
It felt like it was falling into place, but Spirit are going to have to go all the way. fake it long into this late hit. Wonderful, can he find the right position in time? Spirits sit in the silence. As NAVI channel this crowd for a final round. Ooh, missed smoke. It's not ideal.
Being betrayed by the clock in the round prior. Spirit expecting to be a bit more explosive in the ending here.
NAVI are panicking a little bit. They're running all the way towards this triple B. Spirit are throwing corridor smokes in middle, so it's uncertain where this one's ending, but they have the room to make this A hit happen. It once again rests on the shoulders of Wonderful. Can he lift NAVI up, or will he be their undoing?
That nade on the smoke. Oh my God, Chopper. Chopper is making the wildest
What a
play.
call.
He's gone all the way in a CT.
Oh, not again.
Wonderful. Drive by from Magix. As once more Magix bests him in that head-to-head. He's had Wonderful's number every step of the way in these A plays, and now they're not ready for the deep spawn setup. Zontix behind enemy lines, and it might all be over. NAVI desperately trying to cling on to this series. But these are the dying breaths. It's all down to the captain, and Spirit have his number. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. When all is said and done, it is only the Spirits left standing. Another grand final for Team Spirit, and a chance for back-to-back trophies in the Spodek.
This head-to-head will live